Surya, of course, a brilliant man. Shantanu Maitra. Well, Shantanu and me go back to our advertising days. Sourcing Ganga water, वो correct किया. इन सबको mix किया. Mixed it with my color, and I used it to paint.
I promise today that I'm never gonna miss his exhibitions and his art paintings ever again. Yeah.
Together of Nasir, Bhai, and me was written in fate.
You know, you got one fan today. आपको कभी मॉडलिंग ऑफर्स नहीं आए?
जैसे मैंने पूछा कि कैसे होता है कि सूरज वहां से गिर नहीं जाता है. नहीं वो ना उधर से ना भगवान ने ना ऐसे बांध के रखा. सो स्टोरी टेलिंग हमारे पेरेंट्स से सीखा है हम लोग. आज हम लोग को झूठ नहीं बोलते, हम लोग सब रियलिटी बोलते हैं.
बिकॉज स्टोरी टेलिंग भी रियल स्टोरी की बना के आजकल लोग बोलते हैं.
देन गर्लफ्रेंड माय वाइफ, देन हमने भाग की शादी भी कर ली. तो
मैं तो सोच रही थी कि इनको बुलाएंगे और बड़ा ही प्रोफेशनल सा शो करेंगे, बट दिस इज इंटरेस्टिंग, यू नो. आई लाइक फन. कोई भी बैड अपॉर्चुनिटी को बेटर कैसे बना सकते हैं, मेरा वो पैशन है.
Fingers crossed.
In today's episode, we spotlight an extraordinary artist whose creativity knows no bounds. PARTHO Sengupta. Hello and welcome to Rashi Foundation. With a rich background in graphic design and applied art, PARTHO has spent 3 decades immersed in art direction, illustrations, cartooning, and marketing. He's a renowned contemporary artist based in Gurgaon. आपका बहुत-बहुत स्वागत है.
Thank you, Rashi. Thank you for having me here. First of all, I would like to say thank you, and then of course, I will also say that सबका नया साल मुबारक हो. As in 2024 should be a good year सबके लिए. And तहे दिल से शुक्रिया. Thank you so much for having me over here.
Wonderful. We are equally delighted and we are equally happy to have you. Okay, so PARTHO, please share with us, you know, the highlights of 30 years of artistic journey. Over to you.
So my journey started, as you rightly said, 30 years is a long time. बहुत लंबा समय है. 3 decades, but my life started when I was very bad in mathematics, physics, and chemistry. So the usual route for me to take would have been arts. Those days arts होता था, humanities होती थी, and science and commerce. Science commerce में obviously I wouldn't have gone. मुझे कदर पसंद नहीं था, so मैं नहीं गया. Ultimately arts में गया, and brilliant, you know, Hindi, English, बहुत अच्छा था, and it was a good run. And I scored well. And suddenly I thought कि यार मेरे को, I don't think I am made for studies and all that. मुझे भागना है, मतलब पढ़ाई से भागना है और कुछ करना है जो मुझे पसंद है. I would like to do. And eventually, see, I was drawing from the age of 4. First thing I drew was a peacock because I was born in Bhopal. And वहाँ पर बहुत सारे peacocks होते थे those days. And मैंने पकड़ के I used to make sketches. So people, मतलब जो मेरे आस पड़ोस में थे, मेरे पिताजी, माताजी, सब लोग, everybody in fact, they thought I was like good. So मैंने कहा ठीक है. So after such a long kind of a gap, after I was like, I had passed out of school, then I thought कि हाँ अब शायद time आ गया. So I went and gave my exam in Government College of Art and Crafts in Calcutta, got through, and पढ़ाई की. मतलब पढ़ाई वहां पर भी बहुत सारे challenges थे क्योंकि studies medium would be Bengali and I was not the so-called the right Bengali to be there because I was born and brought up outside Bengal. So मुश्किलात बहुत सारे आई, जैसे मतलब language से problem हुआ. किसी तरीके से I grappled my way through history of art, language, ये सब पढ़ना होता था. But I passed, and I got a job while I was studying. I got a job in Lintas, Calcutta, the first advertising job. अच्छा job था, did really well, and people loved me, and I think I kind of really loved my birthing agency, which was Lintas, Kolkata. Absolutely like a family. So उसके बाद I started एडवर्टाइजिंग ने मुझे पकड़ लिया और मैंने एडवर्टाइजिंग को जकड़ लिया और हमारी जो जर्नी है वो शुरू हो गई वहां से एंड लॉट ऑफ गुड फन. It was really fun advertising those days. So you would go on shoots and crack interesting ideas and stuff like that. And clients were more welcoming. They excuse mistakes also. Matlab, I have seen clients actually say, "Partho, don't worry, it's a mistake only, yaar. We still have some time left. ऐसा नहीं है कि अभी डेडलाइन है." तो there were no false deadlines and stuff like that. No buffering. आज की तारीख में जो एजेंसीज में होती है बफरिंग वो नहीं होता था. So and बहुत बहुत मजा आया काम करने में. And then I wanted to always come back to Delhi. So I got by the way I met my then girlfriend, my wife, in college only. She was doing textiles and I was doing graphic design. We met there and हमने भाग के शादी भी कर ली. तो हम वहां से भागे हम. फिर हम दिल्ली आ गए and Delhi में I got through to an agency called Enterprise. Enterprise used to be a very very hotbed of brilliant creative people. मतलब मैं तो वहां पर छोटू सा एक मतलब कुछ नहीं मतलब nothing, okay, and they were like doyens, icons to look up to. But incidentally, I was hired in Enterprise because I was a fast bowler. Not because I was a good art director, because I was a fast bowler. I was opening innings for various agencies, and Enterprise those days was very keen on cricket. We were playing media transition cup and stuff. So उन्होंने मुझे ले लिया क्योंकि मैं फास्ट बॉलर हूँ. आर्ट डायरेक्शन बाद में देखा जाएगा. So that was a passion that was driving that agency. So I got through, and then agencies मतलब कारवां बनता गया, जुड़ते गए, and that is how it started. That is how it started, yeah.
This is so interesting. भाग के शादी कर ली and I feel so good about it कि कोई तो है जो भाग के शादी कर रहा है. This is wonderful. Okay. Okay. So I would like to know more about your wife as well. मतलब क्या वो भी artist है?
Yeah, she is a textile designer. So, but she left textile designing long time back because there was not much of a scope those days. So she in fact her DNA is core DNA is teaching. So she got through to teaching and education, and she has been an active educationist for the last 25 years now. So she is very much there, and thankfully she is there because she has been primarily responsible for my son's education and not me. Thankfully so.
मैं तो सोच रही थी कि इनको बुलाएंगे और बड़ा ही प्रोफेशनल सा शो करेंगे, but this is interesting, I like fun. This is wonderful. Okay, coming back to your art. So your Unpacked show, created quite a stir. So how do you come up with such original ideas? कैसे आते हैं? मतलब बहुत से आर्टिस्ट को मैं भी जानती हूँ, but I don't see that originality, that something that hits you in your brain, in your eyes. So how does your environment inspire you? Let's hear.
Yeah, that's a good question, Rashi. In fact, I would love to tell you the story behind it. हम लोग क्या हुआ कि जैसे कोविड ने हमें बहुत कुछ सिखाया. आई एम श्योर आपको भी सिखाया होगा बहुत सारी चीजें. मतलब मेरे को तो बहुत मतलब मेरी दुनिया उलट पुलट गई एंड लाइक एवरीबडी एल्स. एंड आई लर्नड अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स व्हिच काइंड ऑफ ट्रिगर्ड वेरियस थॉट प्रोसेसेस. सो दोज डेज जब हमारे यहाँ पर सब कुछ बंद था, बट ई कॉमर्स अभी भी चल रहा था. मतलब देयर डिलीवरीज, यू कैन गेट समथिंग डिलीवर्ड. सो हम लोगों ने इकिया से कुछ बुक केसेस मंगवाए थे, बिली बुक केसेस. सो वो जब असेंबल किया हम लोगों ने, बिकॉज दैट वाज अ फैमिली अफेयर, वी गॉट डाउन टुगेदर इंक्लूडिंग आवर लिटिल डॉग. सो वी पुट दैट होल शेल्फ अप. उसके बाद वो जो पैकेट्स, जो बॉक्सेस पड़े थे, वो हम लोगों ने ना स्टूडियो में, मतलब मैं जहां पर बैठा हूँ, इट्स माय स्टूडियो, राइट. सो आई जस्ट केप्ट इट देयर thinking कि हाँ, whenever kabadi wala comes, I'll give it to him. But eventually kabadi wala never came. As in, एक साल गुजर गया कि nobody could come and take kabadi from us. So a lot of stuff kept on piling up, including these boxes. So we were ordering, एक हमारा टीवी खराब हो गया. We had to order in another TV. वो भी आया. So the boxes kept on piling up. So एक दिन suddenly I woke up and said, listen, there's so many boxes. Can I do something with it? First of all, boxes being boxes, they are not going to move, get up and move. They are going to be there only. So मुझे ही कुछ करना था. So I thought, why don't I recycle it? Or in fact, in my case, I upcycled it. What I did was I used as an extension to sketches and paintings that I was doing. And because it was lockdown, it was a severe lockdown. I didn't have colors with me. My black acrylic had dried up. My other stuff also was not there. Pastels, charcoal sticks was not there. So what I started doing is I started, taking out kajal from my wife or my, somebody there. I took kajal and started working with kajal and stuff like that. So all that, as in, I would call it the as found. Whatever was found, I used. But I was not sure whether it will look good or it will be very nice to look at, or will it kind of excite people to tell their own stories. But Rashi, when I actually displayed it at Museo Camera in Gurgaon, people came and they started to tell their stories. They said, "Wow, man! Even I have boxes. I could do this." It triggered a conversation, which was a very good conversation. And there were other including IKEA, Amazon, HDFC Bank. They all kind of came across and they were talking to us. Talking to me that can we collaborate? Can we do something interesting with boxes? Because that's the storytelling format. I'm very excited to tell stories, so I think it actually allowed me to tell the story of pandemic.
This is, this is the real creativity, I would say. कि आपके पास जो भी चीज अवेलेबल है, आप उससे कुछ मेरे लिए मुझे लगता है कि कोई भी बैड अपॉर्चुनिटी को बेटर कैसे बना सकते हैं, मेरा वो पैशन है. बुरी सी बुरी चीज से भी आप अच्छा ही निकाल सकते हो. एंड this is I think a great growth mindset, a creative mindset. And ये develop करना पड़ता है. Inbuilt होता है, उसको बस develop कर लीजिए. And I think everybody is capable of doing that.
Everybody.
Yeah, this is wonderful, Partho. Okay, so in your journey, as we did some research on you, we find a lot of stars, Bollywood, creative stars. So your collaboration with Shantanu Moitra and Jag Suraya appears to be very intriguing, honestly. So can you talk about it more? How did you collaborate? Kya story thi? Kya influence tha?
Yeah, so as in Jag Suraya, of course, a brilliant man. I've been so lucky to have kind of worked alongside, and he's been kind enough to kind of put a little bit of water under my roots and just kind of let me flower. So I had this knack of doing cartoons and making fun of people through caricatures and stuff like that. And incidentally, I have done a bit of cartooning for Asian Age on my own. I used to take out this strip called True Lies for Asian Age, and I also used to be a sports cartoonist for Telegraph in Kolkata, the Telegraph. So that whole, as you call it, the Kida suddenly aaya ekdam. And Jag and me, we kind of met at the Times of India office in Gurgaon only. And he told me, listen, why don't you, because that time his partner was Nilab, I think. So Nilab had quit. He said, listen, I'm looking for a person who could just kind of moonlight with me. I already had a job. I said, no worries. This is a godsend. This is heavens opening up for me, and I would definitely want to be on board. And I used to come home from work, leave aside everything, and start working. He would write these very, very funny satirical ones, and then I would start drawing, and I would add value with my own add-ons into that, little quips and stuff. So we had a beautiful run, and in fact, the cartoon strip that we used to take out with Jug was called Just in Case, JEST, and Just in Case ran for 5 years, and it was one of the most tweeted from the TOI stables at that point of time. And we got a lot of fanfare and brickbats and everything, but it was good fun while it lasted. And बहुत मजा आया करने में. And I think cartooning is something I take on naturally. मुझे बहुत मजा आता है. So I think that part I loved with Chuck. And Shantanu Maitra, well, Shantanu and me go back to our advertising days actually, since he is also from ex-advertising person. And he's a self-made man, and he went on to create music history, literally, winning so many awards and creating his own blend of signature of music, which is very, very soothing, beautiful, melodious, and also kind of finds its roots in music from Bengal, music from these roots, very rustic roots. So he was planning to journey through Ganga. So he was trying to cycle from Gomukh to Ganga Sagar. So it's, I think, about 3,700 odd kilometers. So he said, listen, Partho, this is what I'm planning to do. I will have Mohit Chauhan, Bombay Jai Shri. So he said, okay, you come over and let's kind of do something together. So I was very excited. What I did was I started sourcing Ganga water from 35 different locations along the river, the route of the river. So I collected water. I collected ash from various जो यज्ञ होते हैं ना, मतलब जो वो क्या कहते हैं उसको, that ash from the विभूति and all that जो भी पड़ता है उसमें, वो ash collect किया, पानी collect किया, flotsam मतलब जो फूल वगैरह मिलता है नदी के ऊपर, वो collect किया, इन सबको mix किया, and I pasted it in with mingled, mixed it with my color, and I used it to paint various portraits out of Ganga, out of the stories that we encountered, real time people that we encountered along the river, and they are amazing stories, man. There are two brothers in Kanpur who are making incense sticks from collecting flowers, and they are actually getting all the vidvas in Varanasi to actually make those incense sticks. So therefore, they are employing those people, giving them hope and sunshine, and creating something unique. And it's absolutely doing great guns in countries like France and England, where those incense sticks are selling like hotcakes. So I have featured these kind of people in my stories, in my art, and I'm kind of showcasing a complete journey of the beautiful grand river called Ganga. And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, toes crossed, if I can pull this show off in 2024. So gunning for it, let's see what fate has in store. So that's Shantanu Mitra's story with me.
No, I'm sure you'll be able to pull it in the 24 as well, because this is, as we hear, this is the year of creativity, love, brightness. The Venus has come in. That's what we're hearing all the time, So,
Yeah. Really looking forward to that.
Yeah, let's see. So, okay, this is wonderful. मेरा दिमाग ना बार बार वहीं जा रहा है कि आपने भाग के शादी कर ली. Honestly, मतलब saying it on a podcast, this is beautiful. And this shows the real part, आप अंदर से कैसे होते हो, वो आप अचानक से दिख जाते हो. And honestly, I feel that creative people को सब कोई समझ भी नहीं पाता है, because it's all in there, on the top level. So,
people अपने आप को भी नहीं समझ पाते, राशि. Forget about you others understanding. I think we creative people are like, see, as I said, भाग के शादी इसलिए की क्योंकि मैं छोटा था, 25 years, and I think mistakes सबसे हो जाती हैं. So I also did that mistake, and I am still gung ho about the mistake. So be it.
No, this is beautiful. Wish you all the luck. Okay, so you just mentioned about the Ganga water, and so there are various, various things in your profile, where you used ripped media, Ganga water का story आपने बताया. So, मतलब ये unorthodox materials जो आप use करते हो, how are you so sure that this will work, like, with the paints? Because I think paints की अपनी एक originality होती है, अपना एक texture होता है. So then, if by chance something goes wrong, I mean, you've just put in, because everything is expensive. We understand paints are also very expensive. लोगों को लगता है ये art form है, but they don't understand the kind of investment and the kind of mehnat that goes, So,
Absolutely.
yeah. So how do you do? Like, do you experiment before, or you just go bang on? कैसे करते हो आप?
Well, as many creative people have this problem, I also have that problem, which is I have no patience. So I dive into it, Rashi. I don't do experimentation at all. Dekha jayega type. See, I'm not playing with the client's money. I don't have crores of money stake on it. हाँ ठीक है, थोड़ा बहुत colors जाएगा. So be it. So tone media is a very nice word to use because we are advertising people. So हमारे जहन में घुस जाता है, मतलब कुछ भी मतलब सुन लो ना. So basically, tone media is a very interesting format, Rashi. What happened is I had books which were from my father's collection. Books which were like 50-year-old, 60-year-old books, okay, completely yellowed. They have this musky smell inside, and so much of history has actually touched those books. So many fingerprints are etched onto the book pages. So what inspired me is I wanted to use those books as media, as canvas. So what I started doing is I used to tear it up and I used to paste it. So after pasting, I would paint directly on those pages. And imagine 50-year-old pages are crumpling away. So a touch of water would immediately tear the page. So I had to do my work so fast that even before the page knows that it has been assaulted, I had to do my work and get off. And then put a hair dryer onto it to dry the damp. So ये मतलब इतना speed दिखाना पड़ता था because वो dexterity, you don't have the time and leisure and luxury of using pencil, फिर थोड़ा eraser से साफ किया आपने, वो सब नहीं, direct paints. And what happens is when you go far from the painting, you only see the painting, and when you come nearby, you actually start reading the story. So that was very interesting. So starting from a James Hadley Chase to Sidney Sheldon, whatever the novels I was reading at that time, I just used it. I used my dad's, very purana books, Shakespeare and all that. It was awesome fun. And people, when they came to the show, they said, okay, it's a nice painting. But I said, okay, now if you can just go close. So when you are about a feet away from the painting, you start realizing that there is a lot beneath the surface of the color. You can actually start reading those little, little paragraphs that are visible. That's good fun. So I love creating it. Yeah.
I promise today that I'm never going to miss his exhibitions and his art paintings ever again, इन्होंने ये जब भी हमें बुलाते हैं कोई ना कोई काम होता है तो हम कभी जाते नहीं हैं. But now I will be sure that I will book that day that Partho has invited us. We had to go there.
मैं एडवांस नोटिस दे दूंगा आपको जरूर इस बार.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so there is something with Nasiruddin Shah we read. Could you give us some insights about how that event happened,
This happening, actually, this entire come together of Nasir Bhai and me was written in fate. It was written in 1979, as early as that. And when Nasir had just kind of done a movie called Par, which was his first film, if I'm not wrong, or second film, and he won a national award for it, where he was a very poor shepherd. Okay, he would be like take his pigs across the river Ganga. He would swim with the pigs and get them to the other side of it. And it's brilliant storytelling by Gautam Ghosh. So I was so inspired by him that I drew him. Okay, I drew that whole thing. And those days, वो film fair के पीछे ना addresses आती थी, actors के, heroes के. तो उसमें नसीर भाई का भी address था. तो मैंने ऐसे ही मतलब I was 100% sure that he's not going anywhere. He's going to some junk. मैंने उसको फोल्ड करके घुसाया एनवलप में, एड्रेस लिख दिया, भेज दिया, and I forgot about it. 15 days after, and I had said that, listen, please, if you can just kind of sign it and give it back to me. So पता नहीं क्या हुआ, 15-20 दिन बाद I suddenly see this envelope and it has come to me. I open it and I scream with joy because it was from Nasir Bhai. He has used a red pen on the painting. He said, I would have loved to keep this, but since you want it back, here it is with many, many thanks. Being a little sarky here, which is him, typically him. And that's it. And then again, it was forgotten. And after a million years, Facebook came on earth, and we are all on Facebook. And one of our friend who was shooting, no, not friend, in fact, Vivek Agnihotri. So he was shooting with Nasir Bhai for something. So he said, "Yaar, मैंने तेरा ये drawing देखा on Facebook. Can I show it to Nasir Bhai?" I said, "Please, by all means." So he and Pallavi had gone there and they showed to Nasir Bhai. Nasir Bhai typed a message and sent it through him to me, saying that, "Hey man, I would love to meet you. Where did you go all these years? I've never seen such a beautiful depiction of me." And that's how we got together. And after I got together, I said, since art has got me and you together, Nasir Bhai, I would want to dedicate a full show, a series on you. So I am again using books from his life to do stuff around. So his books, so he started with Enid Blyton and Famous Five and all those things, Shakespeare and stuff. So he said, okay, so I'll tell you which are the books I have done, I have grown up with. So he gave me a list, and then of course I bought his own biography, which was amazing. So he has written an autobiography. It's not autobiography; it's a book on his work and his life as such. It also kind of showcases his relationship with his parents, his wife, everything beautifully done. So that also is. So I'm drawing inspiration from those stories actually, taking down notes and kind of evaluating each incident, and then kind of putting two worlds together actually. So one is his own world where it's his point of view. The other world is the books that he read and imbibed stories and thought that he was Shakespeare one day or thought that he could be famous five one day. So all those beautiful little sparks, if I can put together into one bouquet and present to all of you, it'll be fun.
You got one fan today because this is something. This is not ordinary work. Apart from whatever you are doing professionally, it's a separate thing altogether. But art and value for art and the vision for art, this is commendable. Hats off to you, man. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so Partho, see this look of yours, gray hair, and how you speak, how you conduct. आपको कभी modeling offers नहीं आए? Let's
हाँ, बहुत आए हुए हैं. But I've been always good behind the camera. In front of the camera, I kind of chicken out. So, in fact, there were a couple of offers to do. There was one which was a 12-episode web series, and it was a good central role. It was in Bengali for a OTT platform called Hoichoi. It's called Hoichoi. It's quite famous in East, and then another a feature also came to me where I was supposed to play a NGC photographer. So yeah, the roles तो आए हैं, but बहुत डर लगता है. कैमरे के पीछे से मैंने 30 साल गुजार दिए कैमरे के पीछे, वहीं रहना पसंद करूंगा. सामने not my cup of tea in that.
No, but my personal opinion, my personal, I would say request to you कि आपको try करना चाहिए.
देख लेंगे कभी, देख लेंगे.
Okay.
जो भी आता है ना मत करो.
बिल्कुल. And I think this is the universe calling, and all artistic people, because we speak to so many people, and I think all creative people, they listen to the universe, कि वहां से क्या आवाज आ रही है.
Artists and creative people listen to two sounds. Well, one is from the universe, the other is from the grumbling that happens in your stomach. So you have to balance it between somewhere between that. Okay, we have to balance. All of us are just balancing it. So here's to that balance. Yeah. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, but that's a great message, because being creative is, I think most of the people are, in their own ways. Partho, tell me something. Do you teach art also? Are you doing some online classes?
No, Rashi. Frankly, I've been broached, as in a lot of people have called me up and said, but I'm not a very good teacher. I'm not. I do things. If somebody would want to come and observe, welcome. But I'm not a teacher. Like that's where I fall short, and that's where my wife actually does so well. I've seen her teach, which is teaching is an art, I think, and it's a different kind of an art. It's a human art. I call it the human art because it is about knowing humans and then interacting with them on their weaknesses, chiseling off those little weaknesses and getting those beautiful within the stone sculptures. So that those sculptures are those kids that she's bringing up. So I am not that way, but I do a lot of mentoring. I do a lot of I do these workshops for kids in colleges. I go to Goa's Institute of Management or IIM. I've been to Manipal. ये सब जगह मैं पढ़ाता हूँ, मतलब जाता हूँ, पढ़ाता हूँ. I kind of do workshops, interesting workshops, creative workshops. Because I think आज की तारीख में अगर कुछ missing है, तो वो है mentoring. जो हमारे टाइम में था, we had good mentors. सिखाने का टाइम भी था लोगों के पास. जैसे I started off saying that mistakes, they allowed for mistakes, and that is what made us whatever we are today. आज जो मैं नहीं दे पा रहा हूँ ना, मतलब मेरे जो बच्चे हैं, जो टीम में बच्चे हैं, वो उनको मैं वो मेंटोरिंग नहीं दे पा रहा हूँ. दैट टाइम आई एम नॉट गिविंग बिकॉज मेरे ऊपर प्रेशर है कि अभी करके अभी दे दो. सो अभी का प्रोडक्ट कभी अच्छा नहीं होता. इट्स ऑलवेज यू नीड टाइम, मेकिंग टाइम चाहिए होता है. सो वो मेंटोरिंग नहीं हो रही है. हमारे द नेक्स्ट जनरेशन इज absolutely mentorless. So I consider it as a giving it back to the society in this case. I would love to talk to young people and tell them what is right, wrong, whatever is available, whatever faculty I have.
बट यू नो ऑनेस्टली मुझे लगता है मेंटीज में भी वो क्वालिटी नहीं है. मेंटोर्स तो चलो फिर भी आपको एक्सपीरियंस से, आप अनुभव लोगों से सीख सकते हैं, बट ऑनेस्टली टुडेज जनरेशन they don't want to listen, you know. This is my personal observation. तो एक टाइम बाद आपको भी लगता है कि let it be, खुद समझ जाएंगे, समय आएगा तो, you know. And but honestly there is a bunch, you know, out there of youngsters who still believe in this, you know. And I think वही आपने जैसे बोला, टाइम देना पड़ता है, तो टाइम देते हैं तो वो भी जाता है, ठीक है.
Yeah,
It's a great balance in the universe, you know.
it's the
Wonderful.
best.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay, tell me something, Partho. What is one very specific and a great message for all the communities and all the people out there? Over to you.
I would really want people to take a conscious decision towards creativity. Don't be naive, don't close your eyes. Everybody can be creative, and if everybody is using their creative faculties, then this world, this dunya can be a बहुत बहुत happy place. मुझे लगता है, because हमारे पेरेंट्स कितनी बेखूबी से क्रिएटिव होते थे. वो लोग गाना भी गाते थे, एब्सोल्यूट बड़ी बड़ी झूठ बोल जाते थे. जैसे मैंने पूछा कि फिर ये कैसे होता है, कि सूरज वहां से गिर नहीं जाता है, चंद्रमा गिर नहीं जाता है, क्यों, कैसे? नहीं, वो ना उधर से ना भगवान ने ना ऐसे बांध के रखा. सो स्टोरी टेलिंग, झूठ बोलना हमारे पेरेंट्स से सीखा है हम लोगों ने. दे आर ब्यूटीफुल ब्यूटीफुल झूठ विच मेक्स अप फॉर दो स्टोरीज. आज हम लोग को झूठ नहीं बोलते, हम लोग सब रियलिटी बोलते हैं. क्यों नहीं हम लोग क्रिएटिव बन जाते हैं वापस? क्यों नहीं वही झूठ दोहराते हैं, ताकि वो बच्चे भी कुछ कुछ होप, कुछ सपना लेके तो बड़ा हो. मतलब जब सोचो वो बड़ा हो रहा है और उसको लगा हाँ वो तो ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स एंड दिस एंड दैट, ई स्क्वायर एम स्क्वायर. अरे मत घुसा उसके दिमाग में यार. एटलीस्ट गिव हिम द लिबर्टी टू चूज क्रिएटिविटी बाय डिफॉल्ट. लेट हिम यूज क्रिएटिविटी टू टेल अ लाई, टू टेल अ स्टोरी. अब वो स्टोरी देखो, आज की जैसे हम लोग अपने बच्चे को स्टोरी बताते हैं. आई डोंट थिंक मेरा बच्चा कोई स्टोरी बताएगा उसको, उसके बच्चे को नहीं बताएगा, बिकॉज स्टोरी है ही नहीं उसके पास. वो इंस्टाग्राम के फीड थोड़ी ना दिखा सकता है. सो आई वुड से गो अहेड, टेल लाइन्स, टेल ब्यूटीफुल स्टोरीज, टेल, कीप द ट्रुथ हिडन. इट्स ब्यूटीफुल, आई एम टेलिंग यू. कभी कभी ट्रुथ के बगैर रहो, इट्स अ ब्यूटीफुल लाइफ. सपनों में, स्टोरीज में, इमेजिनेशन.
You know, this is a very valid point, because storytelling भी real story की बना के आजकल लोग बोलते हैं. And the real storytellers are about something that can be imagined, that is not there, and you have to tell the other person to imagine that.
Exactly.
कोई चीज है और आप उसके बारे में स्टोरी बना के बोल रहे हो. everybody is a storyteller. I don't believe in that, you know. everybody is a storyteller, but आप दूसरे को वो imagination बिना reality दिखाए दो. that is the real story, and that is what our parents used to do. He's absolutely right. बड़ा ही मजेदार शो आज का रहा है मेरा, और मुझे बहुत ही मजा आया, you know. जब आप किसी को नहीं जानते हो और आप उनको देखते हो, so you feel that, you know, थोड़ा डर लगता है बात करने में कि he knows the art, he knows that part of the life which I don't know probably, you know. So बट जब आप किसी को जान जाते हो तो ये भी पता चलता है कि वो भाग के भी शादी कर सकते हैं. This is so nice to have him on our show today. And I think this is beautiful. Okay, so Partho, tell us, what are your future plans?
So future plans, प्लान्स तो नहीं है. इनफैक्ट कोविड ने हमें सिखा दिया कि प्लान मत करो भाई. सो हम प्लान नहीं करते हैं. हम खाली सोच रहे हैं कि एक शो करें जो विल बी ऑन गंगा, शांतनु मोइत्रा वाला. इनफैक्ट इंसिडेंटली वी केम ऑन अ वेब सीरीज कॉल्ड सॉन्ग्स ऑफ द रिवर. it got featured in Disney Hotstar. So वो एक साल रहा भी. So उसमें third episode में even I am shown as a painter. So I'm carrying that story forward now. So I'm doing that whole big canvas work with Ganga Mitti, Ganga Water and all that. That show will come on. And उसके बाद I would want to do नसीब भाई का जो show हमने plan किया. ये दो show definitely I'm looking forward to this year. Fingers crossed.
And wish you all the very best. And don't forget to invite us also. And I want to come over there and see.
Absolutely, I'll do that.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, the brand, the artist, Partho Sengupta, is a unique blend of art, culture, and samaj. That's what I would say. And this episode is like embarking on the artistic voyage. Partho, आपका बहुत बहुत thanks है क्या भाई.
Shukriya and thank you so much. And God bless you. And I'm wishing you all the success. May you start doing something new maybe in 24. And to all the viewers out there, मेरी तरफ से 2024 की शुभकामनाएं and सब लोग स्वस्थ रहिएगा and take care of yourselves, everybody. Thank you.